Thank you. We're ready to go in, or we're good? Call this meeting to order. Meeting of P&E. Thank you all for being here. Please open the roll.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Before we get started today, just a few house rules. There will be no public comments. Obviously, comments are welcomed by members of the committee. We'll be taking up SJR number 6002 of appointments. And with that, I open it up to the members of committee for any comments or questions.
Move the report. Second.
There's a motion to move the report and a second. Any comments? There are no comments. Please open the vote.
Mr. Chairman, are we going to have discussion on this? Normally we have discussion before we vote.
We do, but we move so rather quickly. We can scrap the board if you like to.
Please, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So just one second. If you want to make the motion over, then we'll.
There is no substitute.
Motion got made down there.
Yeah. So before we close the vote, if you like to have any, discussion or comments, you're welcome to make it.
Mr. Chairman, I would. No.
It's clear the vote, clear the board. As I said before, it's open for comments.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to speak for a second, and when appropriate, I'm assuming.
So would you like to make your motion over again?
I would like to make my motion, but I'd like to discuss it first.
Sure. We'll have a discussion before we vote. So
Okay,
is there a motion
perfect.
on the floor?
I move to report Senate Joint Resolution 6002.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion as reported, there's properly seconded. Now, is there be discussion? And Senator DeSteph, you have the floor.
Mr. Chairman, I'll open it up by just asking one question, which is why wouldn't we wait for the Supreme Court to rule on this? And Mr. Chairman, if I may amplify that question a little bit and just say traditionally, if we have something in front of the courts, we allow the court to rule and give them the opportunity to do their job. And I think that before we vote on this, we should allow the Supreme Court the opportunity to rule on this. This is actively in front of them. They've taken it up. It's in front of them now. So the only thing I can think of is three reasons, Mr. Chairman. We are trying to influence the Supreme Court, which one branch of government is not allowed to do that. We are trying to usurp their authority, which, again, we should not be allowed to do. Or three, we're trying to stick our finger in their eye, and I'm certain we wouldn't want to do that. So, Mr. Chairman, I go back to my original question, which is, why would we not wait for the Supreme Court to rule on this?
Thank you, Senator DeSteph. Your question will be noted for the records in the committee. I see also Senator Durant that's in the queue as well. I will call on you next. But as I've maintained all along as members of Privilege and Elections as chair of this committee, we do also have a job to do, and we will continue to do the job in the business of the people of the Commonwealth. Senator Durant.
Thank you. I think my question really boils down to be very simply, what is the intent to make so a broad stroke to remove so many? And I've asked some of my colleagues who have had experience here for many more years than me, this is really kind of unprecedented. We have a long list of people who have got quite a wealth of experience, and I think the broader question it begs is what will happen in the future to dissuade those who are willing to serve the Commonwealth in this capacity, and we can see now that it's becoming a lot more politicized. What is the goal that we're trying to accomplish?
Thank you, Senator Durant, for your questions. As stated, we have a job to do as this committee, not only to protect our colleges and universities, but make sure that appointees or potential appointees are upholding the values and principles set forth by members of the Commonwealth, members of this body. Senator Eben.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree with your comments. I just wanted to note there's no pending litigation regarding these particular nominees.
Thank you, Senator Admin. Senator Sturdivant,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Speaking to the resolution.
you have the floor, sir.
Mr. Chairman, there are 14 Virginians on this resolution that appear to be voted down in a bipartisan fashion in this committee. And it's been noted in this meeting and in prior meetings where this has happened that it's the perceived duty of this committee to uphold the values and ensure that we have qualified people on these boards and commissions. And having studied these individuals that it appears my friends across the aisle are going to vote down and prevent from being added to these boards, you have a former president of MasterCard who served on Chev under both Republican and Democrat governors. He is going to be removed from serving on the Board of Visitors of George Mason University. We have a former president of the Northern Virginia Technology Council. Again, I think somebody who is known for being very bipartisan and supported by people of both parties, in Bobby Kilberg, is going to be removed from serving on the Board of Visitors of George Mason.
Senator, please refrain from using potential nominees' names in committee. As a tradition of the Senate, we hold them, we give them that respect and that privacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I would just say in response to that, it's a tradition of the Senate that we allow both bodies to vote on these boards and commissions, these gubernatorial appointments, before we say that they have been voted down. And it's that very issue that is before the Supreme Court right now, subject to pending litigation. And then the third person I noticed on this list is a former member of the House of Delegates, 20-year member of the House of Delegates, service member, and is being removed from serving on the board at VMI. And so that would, I think, be a question that a lot of people have, is what is it in the view of 8 members of this committee that makes these individuals and the others unqualified to serve on these boards of visitors? And to follow up on that, Mr. Chairman, it's not a rhetorical question. I think that there is, these folks have put themselves forward to serve in uncompensated positions. They're being voted down without any explanation whatsoever. They are clearly more than qualified. And so it's sending the wrong message to vote them down without at least an explanation.
Thank you, Senator Sturdivant, for your questions and your comments as well. We have a motion. The motion has been properly seconded. Excuse me, I'm speaking. I call for the vote. Please open the voting roll.
Ayes 6, noes 8.
Thank you. That bill fails to report. And being that there is no more further business before this committee, we are adjourned.
The Senate of Virginia, Richmond, Virginia.
With that, I direct the clerk to send notification to the Secretary of the Commonwealth of SJ 6002 and his failure to report. Thank you.
The Senate of Virginia, Richmond, Virginia.